As usual, the weather's turned. The car was clean, now it's filthy. So this is the facelift model, which gets these shaped headlights like the rest of the Renault range. It is a good looking car, this. The colour, kind of blue. Giving the game away here, I've had to film this in multiple parts due to the weather. Again, this one's got the facelift rear lights. Everything's going wrong today. So, the Captur's party piece, handle here. The entire thing slides forward and backwards, which does give you a lot more boot space. Let me show you the boot. So, fancy boot floor on this one. Lift it up. And then it drops down like that. Gives you an extra 5-6 inches of space. And then the usual 60-40 split. So as you can see, that is not flat, but this is fun one-handed. There you go. Now it's not entirely flat, but it's a lot better than what it was. The only issue I've got with this car, the boot, see how angled that is? So I just had a box in the back and it wouldn't fit in properly. The box is too big. Well, I'm halfway through my review and it's turned British. Imagine that. In September. They might be a bit dark in here, I apologise, but they absolutely just started piddling it down. So we'll have a look at the interior while we're here. So there is two options for the screen here. Nearly everyone gets this screen. The higher models get, it's like a 10-inch portrait mode. Works well, however, well, ignoring that bezel. What the size of that bezel? It's on wireless CarPlay at the minute. I mean, how often do you do this anyway? But if you leave it running, you don't mess with the screen, it's fine. Down at the bottom, two USB sockets. You've got a wireless charging pad there. Now these dials, quite nice actually. Piano keys here. As you can tell, we haven't got every option. Now the dashboard, this is again is the base model, well, the lower model dashboard. Because I'll show a picture, there is a bigger screen version. Now what's strange about this one, there's no rev counter. And I don't know why. I've pressed every button. And it, yeah, oh, there is that thing there, tells you when to change up or change down. Oh, zoom, there we go. But it doesn't actually tell you what rev you're in, which is slightly strange. Got my old piano keys here. That one sends off lane assist warning. Now lane keeping, the sides glow yellow and it warns you, but it's not that intrusive, to be fair. The same thing with the speed sensor warning. Now what I've found is this car is actually 2 miles an hour slower than it says. So you're not speeding, but it'll say you're speeding and then it just beeps at you. It's not that intrusive, so you can just ignore it. Nice steering wheel. Cruise control on this side. Buttons here for the very basic information. Again, trip computer, nothing exciting. This side, you can actually show the CarPlay what you're playing. If you've got Google Maps running, that will actually pop up there when the next turn in is, which is nice. So visibility in this car is absolutely fantastic. You've got the quarter lights there. And then the party piece of the Captur is those headrests. The way they're shaped, you can see fantastically when you're looking over your shoulder. C-pillar's a bit big, but the window that they've put in there is good, because some manufacturers won't even bother putting that in. This model's got lights in the back. Usual lights up there. It's not illuminated, that one, but again, you've got the light there if you need it. Glove box is big enough, it's not the best. So as you'd expect, there is a million different versions: petrol, diesel, plug-in hybrid, mild hybrid, automatics, manuals. This has got the 6-speed manual. It's got the electronic handbrake. It works, you know, you're not going to be doing handbrake turns in this thing. My only slight criticism is this has got a cover on it, but it's also the biggest key I've ever seen in my life. Where am I supposed to put that? Two cup holders. This centre armrest does slide forward, so it is nice. Same level as the gear stick. Inside, it's a square space, but it goes down fairly deep. I'm sure people think I'm either dogging or making like an OnlyFans or something. It's hard to explain. Now I'm just showing people around a Renault Captur. The one thing I'm not a fan of is this tractor coming the other way. Son of a bitch. It is an SUV after all. So yeah, this has start, stop and the automatic handbrake. I'll be honest, it did catch me out at a roundabout. It stalled, so then I'm panicking, trying to, because it's got a push button start. And anyway, all you have to do is put the foot on the clutch and it got going again. Oh, what a fabulous road. This has been an absolute nightmare to film this episode this week. Just been stung by 2 nettles. The weather's changed like 3 times. Not sure if the microphone's picked me up. This road's just been resurfaced, so there's stones everywhere. But it's a really nice car to drive. And I don't want to be one of those people who says that this car ticks all the boxes. However, there's conkers everywhere. However, apart from the B pillar, which is a bit big, that was a conker. This episode's cursed. So apart from the B pillar, that's a bit big. Higher end models do have blind spot monitoring. This one doesn't. So I was going onto the motorway earlier on, and I did have to do the old bobblehead dance to see what was coming. So I would have to have one with blind spot monitoring, I think. What else don't I like? Automatic handbrake, as you'd expect. Kind of dim-witted. The boot is a decent size, apart from the slope of the tailgate. But I was behind a Clio earlier on, and the Clio's fairly square, so I'm not sure why they've tapered it. Unless they expect you to buy a Kadjar instead. So yeah, I'm not sure if I mentioned the colour. This one's in like a kind of flat bluish, petrol blue kind of colour. There is a cream one that they make, and I'll insert a picture that I do like the look of. So yeah, really nice car to drive. Space for everything. That rear seat, even if it only comes in handy once, it will save you. It does give you a lot more boot space if you need it. You just can't have anybody. Children will be fine, but you can't have any adults on the back seat while it's forward. To be nitpicky, I say the key, I don't know why it's that big. It's the size of a deck of cards. This one's got the small petrol turbo engine. If you're high enough in the rev range, it just wants to fly. It's like, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. It just wants to crack on. Which you wouldn't expect. You see this? This center console, there is a slight bit of play in it, but I mean, you've really got a RAV on it. I'm not quite sure why it's that big as well. If you had the automatic, I guess that'd make more sense. I've got a Mocha for review, maybe next month. Now that might be the electric one, it might be the petrol one, I'm not sure yet. This channel is all about me being a nitpicking. I'm really struggling. This is a really nice car. Because it's a Renault, it's probably incredibly safe too. So if I was after a Captur, because I like automatics, I'd probably buy this one that I found. The thing is, the Captur's been around for a while. So this is the facelift one. Before this, it kind of looked exactly the same. So I'm not sure what the earlier ones are like. I know the earlier ones have got the analog gauges. I apologise if this is a bit of a shambles of a video. Because this is a digital screen, I do wonder why they can't mirror the CarPlay onto there. I've got a Qashqai review coming up as well. It's a slightly bigger car. It'll be interesting to see how that compares. It half shifts when you want it to. But if you're in too high of a gear, it does kind of bog down. And because they don't give you a rev counter, sometimes catches you out. MGHS. I do actually like them as well. But it has to be the one that says Super Sport on the steering wheel. It does give you a little bit of extra boost. Oh, there's the direct rival there, the Ford Puma, which I've yet to drive. Although the back end looks exactly the same as this one. But that is supposed to be a nicer car to drive. But I've got no complaints with this. Been up and down the motorway, A roads, city centres. What a shambles this review's been. This one's done 25,000 miles, so it's pretty much brand new. And a strange thing with this engine, that tick over, it sounds a bit diesely. There's a Renault Dacia dealer there selling a Rolls-Royce Phantom for 75 grand. Hopefully you can see it. I like to imagine somebody's traded that in for like 35 Dacia Springs. It's annoying me because of how much of a nitpicking person I am. There's nothing really bad or bad. It's a shame they don't make a zesty one of these. A Renault Sport Captur. That'd be fun, that. So this is Renault's best-selling car in the UK. I can see why. The Clio now is the size of a small building, especially the new one. I'll put a picture in. But this one's got more space, more headroom. Yeah, because of the wind, I'm going to have to do a few outro videos just to see which one works best. I really like this. 7 out of 10. I'm going to give it 1 bonus point for the fancy rear seat and the boot floor. 8 out of 10. Nice car.